The Dolphins signed Malik Willis to a 3-year, $67.5 million contract in NFL free agency this offseason. And while many people were really concerned at this move and didn't like it because he's only started a handful of games in his time in the NFL, I really like it after diving in the film because he really reminds me of a young Russell Wilson. And if the Dolphins can get any type of success in comparison to what the Seahawks got with Russell Wilson for that 10-year stretch in his career, I think Dolphins fans would be really excited for it. So in this video, I want to dive in the film and show why I think Malik Willis has the potential to have as much success in the NFL as a guy like Russell Wilson, and why also, because of this terrible wide receiver core, if they don't go out and get a guy like Jordan Tyson, he could be out of this starting quarterback job in just a season or two. The first thing I want to point out about Malik Willis is obviously going to be his legs, because that's what stands out the most. Here he takes a simple read option to the house. Right here, we're going to see him navigate the pocket when nothing's open downfield. You could obviously make the argument that this very deep dig is going to get open underneath the safety, but I don't think he trusts himself to make that throw, especially with pressure in his face, so he steps up, scrambles up the middle. Right here, we're going to have kind of a deep shot that we're trying to take off a play action, right? Nothing's open. Hey, let's get outside the pocket and scramble again. That's why I really like to compare him to a guy like Russell Wilson, because you see, when nothing's there, let's scramble around, let's try to make something happen, or let's just take our yards and get out of bounds. Here's kind of the play that I really love to see from him, right? We're going to motion our wide receiver over. They're going to come out in this kind of cover 4 look right here, except we got the man marked down to the bottom of our screen. Nothing's open, right? Let's spin out. Let's get vertical, and let's stay looking to throw the ball down the field, right? A lot of young quarterbacks right here, they take this snap, nothing's open, D lineman's coming, and they're just taking off to run, right? We're trying to evade pressure, and we're keeping our eyes downfield. We're firing it down there, and we're getting a huge gain, right? Seahawks fans know, like, that is what Russell Wilson is known for, and that's what he did so consistently throughout his career in Seattle. Right here, we're going to have another example of it, right? Where we continue to create space, create time for us to work this ball down the field, and that's a heck of a throw, heck of a play right there, right? I want to kind of break down this one a little bit for you. Okay, so we come out right here in a 2x2 formation, tight ends on the line of scrimmage over here on the top part of your screen. We're going to motion Wicks across the formation to get us this 3x1 formation. And what we're really trying to beat here is cover 3, specifically cover 3 Liz Rip is what it's called. It was developed by Nick Saban to counter a seam ball by your inside wide receiver right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of work a flood concept, but instead of running up the seam and going out and kind of closing off our space, we're going to fake like we're running across or get inside of this linebacker and then get lost in the coverage. End up running this out right here, or this sail route, but right, we're taking it in on a crosser first. Then we're going deep on this kind of post right here at the top of your screen. And then right here, we're kind of getting out, right? I believe that was a play call, but it's some form of it, right? We run a hook instead of out. And watch us navigate the pocket right here, step up in it, and fire that football at this kind of sidearm arm angle. That's special, right? Like, not any guy can just do this type of stuff that you're seeing Malik Willis do on these plays. To have the legs, but not only have the legs, but still be able to develop stuff down the field, take off when you need to, but still be looking to throw when there are throwing opportunities available for you, right? And that's why I think Malik Willis could have a bunch of success, but also if he has not the greatest of wide receivers out there on the field, like if they don't pick up a guy like Jordan Tyson in the NFL draft, there's also something else that could be kind of a problem for him. And this also showed up in Russell Wilson's career, especially down the stretch, and it's that he holds the ball for too long. On this first play right here, you see we're coming out in this 3x1 formation. We motion Jaden Reed across, and then we get him into this kind of orbit motion right here. And what we're really trying to work right here is a double post concept, right? It looks like we have cover 3, corners playing outside without being on a wide receiver. I mean, corners outside, one high safety. So we're trying to work a double post concept where we take this inside receiver, we go on a post and clear out the seam area right here so we can take our other wide receiver. I believe this is Christian Watson, and we take him right there into that kind of seam. But they have Kyle Hamilton, really smart football player. So we would say this is open against 99% of linebackers in the NFL, right? Fire that in with anticipation. You see he's trying to do it. We've got a 6'4" Kyle Hamilton right there who's baiting us. He's going to obviously pick that football off. So as a quarterback, we should instantly push our eyes over this flat defender right here, knowing we have our check down out wide, get him to drift upfield, maybe thinking it's a comeback or something because he's just trying to feel that guy on his back, and then we should fire it over to the flat and let him pick up a yard or two. Instead, Malik Willis tries to create, scramble out, throws it late. We pick up a yard instead of being able to pick up kind of 3, 4, or 5. Right here on this next one, same kind of idea happens, right? Stuff's going to be covered down the field, and instead of taking off and throwing it away, this time the check down wasn't open. So last time he tries to roll out to the left and hit the check down. This time he tries to roll out to the left, but the check down's covered. So instead of throwing it away, he tries to run around, do some stuff, and get sacked for a loss, right? So we see with both of these plays right here, Malik Willis can kind of do what a lot of quarterbacks like Russell Wilson do when you're trying to make these plays down the field. You just take unnecessary sacks, right? And sometimes it's good to throw the ball away. So if you have receivers that can't get open off a scramble drill like they could in Green Bay, you kind of see quarterbacks like Malik Willis almost devastate you in a lot of drives because he takes these unnecessary sacks. But I think anytime you bring up Russell Wilson, you always think of the moon ball, right? And that's kind of something that Malik Willis has. He has this incredible deep ball and this touch on it where he puts it over defenders. He can put it back shoulder. He can put it over the shoulder for his wide receivers. And I think that's kind of his calling card, right? He's really good in scramble drill. He's really good extending plays and doing things of that nature. But these deep balls over the wide receiver's shoulder, sometimes he can't even get him there, but he's still got the touch on it where, hey, this DB's kind of pursuing him. We're just going to lay it out, keep it away from the safety, and give our guy a chance, right? That's the thing that stood out to me the most when watching his film. Right here, this isn't going to be a go ball, but we're going to be working a post wheel concept right here where you have a quick out, a post, and then we're going to have right here a wheel and this touch on the football to be throwing on the run. That was something Russ was really good at in his time in Seattle, right? To have the touch on it to make it easy for our wide receiver to go up and get, but also, hey, getting it in there quick enough where a safety can't break on it, right? So really good stuff right there by Malik Willis. Okay, but another really important thing for quarterbacks is, yes, you can run around, you can run the option, we have a great deep ball, but can you execute the quick game, right? If you can't execute the quick game in the modern NFL, you're useless as a quarterback. And what is the quick game? It's key defender type reads. So for instance, not saying this is how this play is going to look, but if we're running kind of a stick pattern right here and we're going to the flat and we're going with a little stick right here, we pretty much have to read this one defender right here. If he drifts out wide, we take this stick. If he doesn't drift out wide and he stays right here, we take the flat, right? If you can't execute that as a quarterback in the NFL, you're useless. Watch what he's able to do right here. We motion the receiver over. When we motion him over, he sees, hey, I like this. They're running banjo, so he's going to take the outside guy, which is why he's playing off. He's going to take the inside guy right here. Great, because we're going to have a quick out called up. Can you get to your back foot, anticipate the throw, get him outside, right? Right here. Right, that same stick concept I was just talking about. Flat, hitch, our one read defender right here, key defender read is this guy right here. He obviously drifts out wide. We take the little hitch right there for an easy gain. It's your ball placement, right? Watch. We have to put this ball as a quarterback if we want it to be a completion on this far side of this wide receiver's body, right? We got to lead him to the sideline because ultimately this DB or this linebacker right here is going to be crashing in on him. So if we put it right here, it could get picked off, it could get jarred loose, it could get popped up in the air, 100 different things. Watch, puts it on the outside shoulder, great ball. Love to see this from him. He can execute the quick game, great legs, pushes the ball downfield really well. Well, he's also a really solid anticipatory thrower. He's not great at it by any means, but he's good at it, right? He's not Brock Purdy, he's not Tom Brady, but right here, I want you to notice this. He can read a defense, which helps him anticipate his throws, right? So here, we've got a running back out wide. Well, what do they have lined up on our running back? This corner. So they're trying to bluff man coverage right here where they got this safety kind of rolled down. And because of this, he instantly gets his hips flipped and he's going to take off to run his deep half over here. Malik Willis has noticed that. He's eyed this DB down, kept him on this left side of the field, and he's waiting half a second longer so he can anticipate this throw on the post for an easy touchdown. I think this was his best throw of his entire couple of games he got to start for the Packers, right? Watch right here, this same orbit motion with Jaden Reed, right? We get play action right here, and I don't think this is as good of anticipation as maybe you would love, but it doesn't have to be because Marlon Humphrey is playing off. He's playing this deep zone right here, so we're getting the ball out of our hand as soon as he's breaking right here, and we're trusting that he's going to win the rip, hit him on the outside. This is a really good job of it, and this really shows off the arm talent, right? We're kind of leaning back here. Our base isn't great. We've kind of overextended because we've rushed it a little bit, but this does allow us to make a deeper throw, right? Receiver hasn't even broke yet. We're already firing this ball out of our hand. Great pass right there to Christian Watson. So he's got the anticipation as well that you'd like to see in a quarterback. But there is one big thing that I haven't mentioned so far, and it's he left a lot of yards and touchdowns on the field in his few starts and plays that he had in Green Bay. And this is why I think it could be a slight problem for him when he gets to Miami, right? Because you're going to watch, we have about 5 or 6 plays right here where we just completely leave a touchdown on the board. Right here, they're in this kind of cover 3 look, and you see the safety is down. So we know, hey, if they're in cover 3, either this guy's getting back or he's playing the flat and this guy's getting back, right? So we should instantly be reading this side of the field or this triangle that they've kind of made right here to see who's doing what. And that's because we have a deep kind of post crosser bang gate, whatever you want to call this right here, and then a crosser underneath it, right? And we're trying to decipher, what are these linebackers doing? What's this deep zone over here doing? Can we fit it in under him? What's going on, right? Well, we're going to run play action, and they're really going to bite on it. 9, Brisker bites down hard. And you see he's got his eyes on Brisker. And that should tell him, hey, we need to float this ball right here on this C. We got a wide open touchdown. Well, he made up his mind pre-snap that he was going to throw this crosser to his tight end. We're going to pick up a 20-25 yard gain right here, but because he made up his mind and he was just looking the safety off rather than looking to see what he was doing, we missed the touchdown. Still a great football, right? Puts it right in between 2 zones. Like, I'm not worried about his anticipation. I'm not worried about him being able to throw to moving targets. Nothing like that. It's just, can we get the touchdowns when the defense gives them to us? Right here, we're going to motion our wide receiver over, kind of fake the run action right here on an outside zone play. And as you see, we're running a scissors concept. So what a scissors concept is, pretty much the wide receivers are going to make these kind of scissor routes right here, right? You see how they kind of cut across each other? Well, we have one read key defender right here, and it's his safety, Kevin Byard. Pretty much, if he crashes down, we take the deep post, make about a 50, 60 yard throw, lead our wide receiver, let him run under it. We give him a shot for a big play touchdown. If he stays high, we should have this wide open corner right here. Well, he makes up his decision once again pre-snap, and I mean, that's a heck of a football, right? Like, to complete this, even with Byard breaking on it, is a great throw by Malik Willis, right? Especially with a guy coming in our face as well, right? Kind of gets a little too wide in his base, in my opinion, but that's a great football. But if you notice, we've got this corner beat at the top of your screen by about 1 yard with no deep safety help, right? Brisker is not going to cut this off in time. So if we would have let it fly, we potentially had a touchdown, still pick up a first down right here, but this was 2nd and 9, right? So this is a play where we should have probably taken a shot. Right here, we're going to motion over Wicks, kind of get him on this fly motion right here, getting fast across the formation. And once again, we're working another scissors concept, right? We go fast to the flat right here. We're going underneath on this kind of in route from our running back out the backfield. And then we're going post and corner, right? Malik Willis' eyes are in the right place, right? He's looking at this defender right here, reading him, reading to see what this corner is going to do. If he releases, we kind of cooked on this play, need to get down to our check down. But if he doesn't, we're going to have the wide open corner right here. Watch what he does. Instantly looks down, goes to scramble, right? We pick up 5 to 6 yards on this play, but if we would have hung in there for half a second longer, I mean half a second, through with any type of anticipation this sideline, we're throwing this to our receiver right here. He's cutting upfield. We either have a touchdown or we're all the way inside the red zone. Right? So that's just something where we've got to take what the defense is giving us, and if we can't do that, it's going to make life difficult on us. Once again, going to motion over Wicks right here, and he's changing the play. So after he motioned him over and no one followed, and he sees, hey, we got one high safety, outside corner, we've got cover 3 right here. The reason this confuses me so much is he realizes we have cover 3. We're running, I believe, a comeback over here, a crosser over here. And then what would really kill this would be another double post concept, right? So if we got him in on this post, it'd work right into our vision, right? So go comeback to crosser, back to this post. Or we go 1 to 2 to 3, right? But instead of this post on this outside right here, we're actually going to be running a post corner. So we're going to break it back. So we have to really anticipate this football, and we have to keep this guy down with our eyes somehow because we have nothing keeping him in his zone. So we have to really be quick to get to this read after we realize this isn't open. Well, he's going to quickly realize, well, he's not going to quickly realize, but he should quickly realize that nothing else is getting open on this play, right? Call hut, instantly just count the guys in your head right here really quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys. We got 2 guys over here, right? So you see what I mean by this post. Like if we were running a post right here, we fire this in with anticipation, we run across the field, we cut it upfield, right? That obviously isn't going to happen. So what we need him to do is instantly get his eyes over here, hit this post corner, anticipate the throw since this corner has his hips flipped outside the numbers. Very difficult throw. Don't mind him not making it because I don't love the concept, right? I think we should be going double post right here, but he's super late to it, finally gets back to it, and by this point, you can still make the throw, but this becomes like a Hall of Fame quarterback level throw, right? We'd have to let him toe drag on the sideline right here. This is a 50, 60-yard throw because we got to throw it 35 yards across the field, 35 yards deep, right? Like, this is a very difficult throw to make. So instead, we kind of take off, try to run right here. We end up actually creating a positive from it, which is what makes him kind of so special. But man, that's, again, another one where we missed something. Now we're going to be running a simple kind of boot concept, right? Let's get out to the flat quick as a tight end. Let's hit this corner up here, and let's run hard play action and try to get them to bite, right? Well, you see we run it, and he should immediately, the first thing you check on a boot is, hey, do they give up a free touchdown, right? You check it for half a second. And if it's not there, you instantly get to your flat. Well, he just sees that this guy turns his back and takes off running, and he's like, okay, I'll hit my flat. Well, we miss out on another touchdown right here, right? Not awful execution because we still pick up the first down, but it's like, how many touchdowns are we going to let slide? And if you're on the Dolphins, which probably aren't going to have as good of an offensive play caller as Matt LaFleur, and you aren't going to have as good of weapons as the Packers have had because you have $175 million of dead cap on this roster, terrible wide receiving core, like we have to take our touchdowns, right? So let me know down below what you think about Malik Willis. Like I said, I think he's going to be really solid, and he could potentially have a really good 5, 6, 7-year stretch in the NFL as an elite quarterback, or he could quickly lose a starting job in Miami, and they could be drafting a quarterback again next year, just depending on, hey, is he able to execute on these deep plays down the field and give us touchdowns when we should have them, or is he going to hit the check down or take a sack, right? So thanks for watching. Once again, let me know down below what you think, and see ya.